Good morning, everybody. Grab your coffee, get comfy. We've got the latest gaming news coming up, starting with Ubisoft in talks with Tencent for a possible buyout. This comes after a challenging year for Ubisoft with disappointing sales for some of their latest titles and significant recent layoffs.
It's really bad.
Nearly 300 employees have been laid off in connection with their XDefiant project as the company struggles to stabilize. Tencent, already a major shareholder, is looking to increase its influence in Ubisoft's decision-making process. This potential deal raises questions about how much control the Gaumont family, Ubisoft's founding family, is willing to cede. Tencent's involvement could provide much-needed financial stability and strategic direction, but it also means a significant shift in how the company is run.
It's the only way.
Next, let's discuss consoles reaching the point of diminishing returns. Shawn Layden, former PlayStation executive, recently shared his thoughts on this issue. He argued that the current generation of consoles, including the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, is approaching its technological limits. Layden pointed out that the cost of developing games for the console is skyrocketing, and the incremental improvements in hardware are becoming less noticeable to the average gamer. According to Layden, this plateau means we might see a shift towards new forms of innovation in the gaming industry, whether through cloud gaming, new business models, or entirely different gaming experiences. Lastly, a quick update on the rumored PlayStation handheld device that we mentioned last week. Digital Foundry has confirmed Bloomberg's story about Sony working on this new handheld. While details are still scarce,
Apparently it's all very hush-hush.
it seems like the device could bring the power and performance of console gaming into a portable form factor. With the success of the Nintendo Switch and growing interest in mobile gaming, a new PlayStation handheld could be a strategic move for Sony. But that's what we've got for today, with a little more sprinkled throughout. And I'm joined by the brightest minds on YouTube, plus a special guest to give their expert analysis. Welcome to the Couch Consumer live stream. Right. Okay. It was really funny. I haven't checked the other page, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good morning.
Woo, morning.
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Special guest Loki.
Loki.
You were in the chat last time, and dude, you had some really great points. So it's like, thank you for coming. You know, you could have just like, nah, I just, whatever. But thank you, we appreciate it.
No problem. I was a short intro. I was introduced to you guys through Knossig.
Yes.
He followed me on Twitter. I followed him back. I was like, oh, he makes videos. He's on this show. Let's watch this show. Hey, people seem cool.
Yeah, right on. Oh, we appreciate that. So
I love that.
Yeah, I know. Are you thinking about making content anywhere else? I know you do have the podcast, which you can shout out.
As far as video, no, I leave that to my friend Joe Stizzy. Maybe I'll plug him later.
Right on.
But
okay.
No, I just have the audio podcast with him.
Okay, right on. All right.
Cool.
And you guys, you're on a bit of a hiatus, which happens all the time. Life happens. So
People get busy.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. So a lot of great stuff to talk about today. I don't have any trailers. Just time gets away from me. I don't know how. I get home and I get super lazy, and then like playing with the kids, freaking cleaning up and making dinner, all that good stuff. I just get lazy. I don't know what to tell you.
It happens.
But
well,
yes.
Next week is the Game Awards, so we'll have plenty of trailers in theory over the next few weeks, because that's usually when everything explodes.
In theory.
That's true.
I love how you added that in there, because there will be much more, like, at least with the last one, there's advertisements galore. They were drowning in advertisements, and I get it. You have to get money for the event. However, the biggest criticism, it didn't feel like a celebration of games, Yeah. So you got to find that happy medium,
It's for advertisers.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem that way. And I recently saw a video on like the history of Jeff Keighley. It wasn't great. It's like I get why you say that, Loki. Just saying, right?
Well, he used to be a legit journalist. He broke news. He did interviews. He ran game trailers, and then with that, he made industry contacts and made more contacts and made more friends. And now he only has friends. He doesn't have contacts anymore. So now he's in video games. So now he has to promote the video games he's in.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on. All right. Shoot, man. This is like, if you want to elaborate, I got to set some stuff over here. if you wanted to elaborate on that further, dude, because it's the
Jeff Keighley
Dorito
sucks,
gate.
and here's my manifesto on why.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Specifically about the Game Awards, years ago when Keighley started this, he said he wanted to make it the Oscars of video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the Oscars is they don't show you trailers for upcoming movies.
That's true. Yes, that's very yikes.
So when people are watching the VGAs, they're really watching to see what games are coming next, not necessarily what games won.
Right. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that pulls in eyeballs, that pulls in advertisers, and the advertisers are more important than the games.
Yeah. And shoot, man. So quick question for you. So how they fund it is through advertising, right? And I'm sure he couldn't bankroll it himself, or he could contact these companies to pay for a slot, with the Game Awards. Does that happen, or is it purely advertiser funded?
I know for certain that to get a trailer at the Game Awards, you have to pay. I don't think you pay Keighley directly, but you pay the company that he runs, that he set up.
Gotcha. Okay. And you would think that would be enough, right? No? Shoot.
It's never enough.
It's goodness gracious. It's like
Keighley, he had that for a long time. After he split from, this goes back a few years, but after he split from G4 and Tech TV, that whole kerfuffle, and he was the first guy to pull out of E3 before E3 shut down because of COVID. He said, I'm going to make my own thing, the Summer Game Fest, and that's still going on. And then the next year, COVID, and so there was no E3. So he's like, I've got the summer show everyone wants to watch.
Yes, yeah. He's kind of muscled his way in there. Okay, you've right on. So another quick.
Summerfest was only like okay.
Yeah.
I watched this this year, and I was like, okay.
Right on. The only one I've been excited about, the one who had like the best showcase, was Xbox. Xbox had a
I know, and I hate that.
fantastic.
I hated that for me.
Yes, I like that.
For me, as a not Xbox owner, you mean?
For me, as a
PlayStation
PlayStation girly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got two PlayStation fans on here.
PlayStation girlies have been crying recently, let me tell you. We
Well,
crying.
we've got some great news on the slate for you today about that.
Yes. Woo.
So, oh my God, it's like, okay, so we're gonna bash PlayStation real quick. What I said about Xbox before, their kind of roadmap was becoming more clear, it's like it felt like they were without a rudder, just aimlessly in the water, just they don't know what they're doing. I just copy and paste all of that for PlayStation right now. It feels like they have no idea what they're doing. And I watch all these videos where it's like, oh yeah, PlayStation, this guy is the PlayStation 5 Pro is so amazing. And then it comes out that some of these games aren't, they're not performing well on the PlayStation 5 Pro. There are a lot more issues than there are like, like more cons than pros for it right now with some
in terms
games.
Of like graphics or performance?
Yes, performance and PSSR. Okay. They're not able to take advantage of the PSSR. So and I truly believe that any other console that they come out with, it's going to be what it's priced, because they used to go with the loss lead. They sell their consoles at a loss and then make up that money with games. So, and I mean, we're lacking on the game front right now with PlayStation 2. And Xbox too, but Xbox has a
That's
decent
bad
roadmap.
Though, right?
What's
Because
that?
the consoles are already so expensive.
So
if they're selling that at a loss, we are screwed, right?
I think they're going to stop doing
PlayStation 6
that.
is going to be $1 million.
Yes, that's why I think that the PlayStation Pro was 700 and 800 if you want a disc drive. You know what I mean? So
I don't know what Layden said because I didn't read that article because. Shawn Layden's another guy I have opinions about. But I do agree with him that we're going to have, I think the next PlayStation console is going to be the last one.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll get there. Let's bash this some more though. Because I got the Portal thinking that, they'll be able to make updates to this thing and make it a true handheld. Seems that's not the case, especially with the new reporting coming out that, all you people out there who bought a Portal, psych, we're actually going to come out with an actual handheld that you can, play games off of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that burns me up. Now, if it's a replacement console type handheld, I'm okay more so with that than them trying to chase trends of the Steam Deck and the Rogue Ally and, Xbox, they're coming out with a handheld and things like that. But at least with Xbox, they didn't give you, this bare bones thing. And then it's like, oh, sorry, we're actually going to give you a handheld. Yeah, sorry about that. It's like, dude, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And I'm not a fan.
So sorry folks, have they actually announced they're gonna release a handheld then?
Xbox? Or PlayStation? It's still rumor, but it has been corroborated by Digital Foundry. So Bloomberg was the one that broke it, but Digital Foundry, they apparently they have corroborated this, and so it's more
interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna get interesting but it just feels like we are, at least PlayStation fans, we are in a purgatory. We don't know what's going on with PlayStation right now. We're in a hold position. It's I don't know. I'm starting to lose less and less faith with PlayStation. And I think we talked about this, right? Go ahead, Scotty. Sorry.
No, I think I was Loki.
Loki. Go for it, buddy.
In my opinion, things really started going bad for Sony when they moved their headquarters. They moved from Japan to San Francisco or San Diego, one of the Sans. They became whatever. Don't anybody tell you Sony is still Japanese. Sony is a U.S. company now. They abide by U.S. and California law.
Yeah.
So that, to me, they started changing policies, also hiring policies, the way their finances worked, the way they file taxes. Everything changed at Sony when they moved to the U.S.
Yeah. And from what I understand, like with a lot of the games, like your Last of Us did so well, and they were just like hitting strides, so it gave Sony Japan less of a say because they were kind of doing really, really well at the time, so they were able to push their weight around and demand things. So from what I understand, it's an internal battle going on right now where Sony Japan is trying to kind of take over again, trying to rein them in, but who knows how long
they're the ones behind all the tech. It's Sony Japan wanting to push the Pro and the Portal 2 or whatever.
Yeah Which I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with. It's just that the Pro is like, go back, and the PlayStation 4 Pro was like $400. You know what I mean? It wasn't more expensive than the PlayStation 4 base, but here we are. The PlayStation 5 Pro is like like $200 more, and if you want a disc drive, there you go, you're paying almost $1,000 for a refresh model. You know what I mean? It's
which is
killing me.
The other thing about the one console future is it will be a digital console.
Yes,
there will not be options for discs.
Yes.
I see that happening.
What are your thoughts on the digital being less? Now, I get if it's a live service and you have to constantly, keep the lights on and the servers and things like that, but should, bar that, should digital games be as expensive as the physical games?
I think I understand because of the packaging and stuff, there's a cost to that, but I think that would just lead it wouldn't lead the digital being less. It would lead those being the same and then the physical being more, And
Gotcha.
as a consumer who, I have a disc drive in my PS5. I love physical games. I have like a shelf for each developer in my house, and I put all my Square Enix games here and there. It's kind of like they're like my trophies because I can't plot anything.
That's dope.
So I'm very into physical games and manga and all that stuff. If that is kind of a philosophy we're going with, I think it's not like, oh, you're right, the box is too expensive, so we'll lower the other. Nah, prices Greed. They're just going to
Yes.
keep shooting up. In that regard, though, I do get it. Technically, you're buying a box. It's not like you're getting a manual. Bring back the manual and maybe I'll pay $10.
Oh, yes.
$10 more for the physical game.
Isn't that crazy?
But
Oh, good lord.
yeah, in theory, I guess they could be cheaper
They
than
won't be,
digital.
though. I doubt it will
Oh,
be.
no.
Yeah, no.
You're
Purely
right.
because
Yeah.
it's the convenience, knowing that your game is the only copy and it's digital. Where else are you going to get it?
True.
So if it's in the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, and they know, right, it's a digital copy, it's there, then they're going to probably put it at a premium price. Unless obviously it's the festive season and it's cheaper, but I can't see it moving the price cheaper because it's digital.
It's already kind of happened with some discs. I know the Call of Duty disc has like 138 megs on it in total, and the rest of the game is online. The disc is a key, basically. So
Yeah.
as we move more towards that, you're going to see less discs because the consumer will say, well, there's no data on this disc. Why am I bothering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Final Fantasy Rebirth, it was 2 download CDs, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you put the CD in it, you connect to the internet, it downloads.
Yeah.
But you still need to have the disc in to play it, which
It
whatever.
boggles the
What?
mind. It boggles my mind the way that they're doing things.
Oh.
Yeah. And then what about like if you want to, get a game, but the amount of storage that it needs, you're eating up your storage on your PS5 so quick. It's like, what's the freaking point?
Yeah,
What's the point?
that's a bit silly to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, the games are so huge these days.
Yes.
The storage is not enough. It's
No.
not enough. Then you've got to keep deleting it, or at least removing it temporarily. And then when you want to play it again, you reinstall it.
Oh.
See, now that is on the developer side
Mhm.
because there are some devs that can shrink it. I think like Stellar Blade is like 40 or something.
Mhm. Very cool. Very cool.
But obviously Activision doesn't care, so Call of Duty's 200.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Microsoft does this. Like, I ran into this issue with my Gmail where I ran out of space, and so they're making me pay $1.99 a month for 100 more gigs. I'm not trying to give them any ideas, but I feel like that's where we're gonna go. I feel like that's where we're getting set up
Pay
for.
for storage?
Yes.
Yeah, it would have to be
Yeah.
server side, not client side.
Oh,
so
boy.
your PlayStation 6 or whatever would have 5 terabytes. Then you go over that and you pay for server side, which would be way worse than paying for like PS Plus now.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Again, I don't want to give them any ideas because that's the fact that Microsoft.
Just have.
They're always listening. It's too late. We've done it.
They're watching this show.
Watch it right now. Oh my gosh. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We've got Beerus in there. We've got Bunny in there. We're missing John DBZ. He's been gone for a while. Hope he's doing okay.
know.
Shout out to John DBZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he DM'd me.
Oh.
He's just busy because of the holidays and work, but he says hi.
Very
Oh,
cool.
good stuff.
Oh, he didn't freaking DM me. He must really like you, Ken. Oh man.
No
That
love.
John DBZ, how could you? How could you?
Oh, we got Troy in the chat as well. I think it's a new
Yes,
person in the chat.
from my camp.
Oh, right now.
So
Oh yeah.
got Troy.
Yeah.
Eason?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Right on. Hello, Troy. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. So should we get into our first article? This one's going to be one we talked about backstage, but it's about Sony and possible upgrades for the Portal. Let's get into that real quick. All right. Oh. Okay. So Sony teases future upgrades for the PlayStation Portal. So this is what's getting me all confused, dazed and confused. So you still want to send out upgrades and all this stuff for the Portal, but I really do think they're going to come out with like an actual handheld, and you don't need the cloud, or it's not remote play or anything like that. They're going to come out with an actual handheld. So why keep sending upgrades to the Portal? So I guess I should ask you guys, do you think they're coming out with an actual handheld? Am I just out of my mind here?
I mean, you might be out of your mind. No, joking. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, last week, I think you remember I was bashing that article for because the report was saying that quote this, quote that, but it didn't seem legitimate. But now if we're hearing more traction on it, it actually be happening. So what they could be doing, and this is just me and assuming, they might be putting releases out for this portal at the minute, just to see what happens, just to see what the feedback is from the audience, maybe. Yeah. Because it's feedback. What's that? Sorry.
If it ups sales.
Yeah. So, for example, did someone say that the portal's missing? You can't play offline or something, or you have to be online?
You have to. It's always online. Yeah.
So, for example, they might just make it compatible for offline, just saying like, you know, it's something they can just push out and see what happens and see what the feedback is. So it might just be testing things for a handheld, if they are going to do a handheld.
Right on.
Possibly.
Gosh.
But maybe.
I feel like the foresight that anyone who buys this and then we release an actual handheld, I feel like I would feel pissed. It's like I went and bought this thing and now you come out with a handheld. It's like I would have just bought that instead if you had an actual handheld, not a portal, not something that needs to always be online, you know.
We've been comparing this to the PS5 Pro, or the PS5 to PS5 Pro. I think it's more apt to compare the VR headset to their second VR headset.
Okay.
If you recall, the first one was on PS4, and when they released them for PS5, they basically said, none of your games will work. You need a special thingy or pay to upgrade.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very similar for Portal 2.
Okay. No, I can buy that. But let's
Portal 2. Are we saying Portal 2 like a new one of this, or Portal 2 a new separate handheld with its own disc games thing? Are we just talking about an upgrade of this?
What I think they're going to release a new handheld device. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, separate.
Right on. I guess let's see what upgrades they're talking about giving the Portal. It's freaking. And it just kind of.
Fox, you have one of these? I was thinking about buying one used like after Christmas cheap just to see. Do you like it? Like,
I do.
What's your user review?
So my user review, depending on where you are from your PS5, it will depend on how well that connection is with remote play. But barring all that, it's freaking fantastic. I love it because my use case is a dad's use case, you know, instead of being stuck up here like some kind of freaking monster, just like my precious PS5, I can go downstairs and, you know, freaking pause it, play with the kids or watch their show or get ready for dinner, press, you know, start again and just keep playing, you know, pick up where I left off. It is really nice. With that being said, it gets a 1-star rating if they come out with an actual handheld.
Tank it.
Tank it.
Yeah.
What if it's in about 4 or 5 years time though? So you've had long enough with the portal. It comes up 4 or 5 years from now. Would it still sting? Would you consider it?
I would probably sell it at a significant discount. I would sell my portal at a discount and just get the handheld. I think that's how that would go. But yeah, it's because, you know, with an actual handheld, God, that is the word of the day. With an actual handheld, freaking, there is no need for the portal. Absolutely no need, you know. So if this is their test, it's like, you know, you could have done that with a smaller test case. You could have brought people in to test the portal out, like a prototype, and then just go back to the drawing board. You know, you wouldn't have, you know, people like me who feel jaded because now you're talking about coming out with what I actually wanted from you. I wanted a PSP type thing, just, you know, PlayStation 5 this generation. That's what I wanted, you know.
This is another, I mentioned this earlier, but it's Sony Japan that does the hardware stuff. And Sony, they had the PSP, right? The PSP Go, the Vita, whatever the second version of the Vita was, and now this thing, and then probably a Portal 2. It's because of Japanese society, honestly.
Yes.
The Japanese people don't live in the huge cities. They travel to the huge cities. They take buses and trains. We need something to do on those buses and trains.
Right on.
So that's why the Switch is so huge over there. That's why the 3DS was massive over there.
So yeah. Handhelds are really big in Japan, and I read that somewhere. I can't remember where I read that, but we Loki, I remember, didn't you go to Japan, or in one of your podcasts you were planning to go or something like that, right?
No, we went to PAX once, but no, Japan is not in my budget.
Right on.
PAX, it's comparable. Went to PAX.
There were a lot of anime stuff there, sure.
Yeah.
Right on. No, none of those fluffy pancakes.
No, I'm allergic.
The souffle. No. Okay. Forget I brought it up then. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Oh my. Silver lining. See, wouldn't have want to go anyway. I'm allergic to the pancakes.
Oh my god. So Sony has since expanded upon the PlayStation Portal's core functionality with the PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud Streaming Beta program, relinquishing the handheld's dependence on a physical PS5 console. However, it seems the gaming giant might not be closing the door or closing the book on the PlayStation Portal yet. Speaking in a recent BBC interview, PlayStation co-CEO Hideki Nishino remarked that the way players engage with games is changing, which has been a key factor behind the Portal's huge success. Nishino further confirmed that in addition to the PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud Streaming Beta program for the PlayStation Portal, Sony is exploring various new avenues for how players can play games. So,
that's the other thing. The Portal 2 is going to require premium. I'm betting.
Ooh,
you're not going to just be able to put in your games.
I hope they don't do that. Then I wouldn't get it for sure. Yeah, no, it's. I don't think they're changing up their pay structure anytime soon. Premium is still going to be, expensive.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yikes! I don't know. Then
well,
I guess I'll stick with the Portal.
Ultimately, and probably more annoying from a fan's perspective, if these sell, it sells. They'll keep making it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to see. Just because I'm really looking forward to what the Switch 2 does as far as sales. I'm really interested because with it, I think it's like number 1, number 2 with PlayStation 2 right now as far as best console ever sold. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how, because everyone's talking about, article after article, consoles are on the decline. People aren't buying as many consoles. So yeah, I want to see if that continues with this Switch 2, and that'll be a great kind of barometer of where these other companies are going to go. It was like Xbox will go full steam ahead, Sony will go full steam ahead if the Switch 2 does really great numbers, and we won't. I think that will possibly be where the consoles die if the Switch 2 does well.
I imagine they have scouts watching Nintendo right now. What they're doing.
Spies.
Corporate spies. Oh my gosh. Right on. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. They're keeping an eagle eye on what's going on with Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
So
competition. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. It's a good thing. Always a good thing. That's why I'm glad that Xbox, is doing well. They're Xbox fans aren't happy.
Liar.
It's like Xbox says, all of our games are going to come over to PlayStation. Xbox fans aren't happy about that because, for one, they know that sentiment is not going to be reciprocated. PlayStation's not doing that.
Hell no.
Definitely not.
So, just I'll just get a PlayStation. It's like, there are still reasons to be an Xbox fan. 100%. They're doing really good stuff over there.
He's being facetious right now.
I'm not. I do tell you this. Whenever Xbox comes out with their handheld, I am 100% getting that. And getting Game Pass with it. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Right.
The Game Pass is just an offering that I got an offer that you just can't refuse type thing. It's like that. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, it was right.
I'm not as good as Nas. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, the goat.
The goat. I hope he's watching this right now. We miss your sultry tunes on here. Your sultry.
Yeah, that's how I would have described it.
It's like butter. Love it. So moving on to every studio Sony would gain from Kadokawa acquisition explained. Hopefully they just, you can just run right through this. Yes, great. Okay, so From Software, arguably the most significant acquisition to be made from Sony's plans to purchase Kadokawa, is majority ownership of From Software, which is great. You know, we all know who From Software is. Spike Chunsoft. Let's get into theirs because you know Loki. That was one of the comments from I want to say just last week. So Spike Chunsoft is another prominent studio owned by Kadokawa and a major merged studio similar to Square Enix. Chunsoft was formed in 1984, would eventually be the studio responsible for helping bring Dragon Quest into the world, holy crap, before going to produce several other noteworthy series, including the hugely popular Shiren the Wanderer and Mystery Dungeon franchises. Chunsoft would merge with Spike in 2012, with the company later producing the popular detective games in the Danganronpa. And did I screw that? I screwed that up, didn't I?
No, that was good. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
The Somnium Files series. So that's Spike Chunsoft. Awesome. Got Acquire, which is appropriately named.
Spike, if I may.
Yes.
Spike Chunsoft is kind of what we call a sub-publisher.
Okay.
They also publish a lot of games under their own brand, and they do, I believe, kick backwards up to Kadokawa.
Okay.
So they get a cut going backwards.
Oh,
but
right
Spike Chunsoft's the Danganronpa games obviously are major sellers, and they do not the SMT, but some other thing. They also had a hand in, this isn't in the article, they had a hand in the Dragon Ball game that came out this year, Sparking Zero.
That's right. That's where I heard that.
I have their Wikipedia up. They were responsible for the DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi series, which is like the best.
Ooh.
Those are the best Budokai games.
They
So
were great.
Oh my god.
this is my first time hearing of Spike Chunsoft, and I immediately liked them.
What's
So that's
funny
cool.
is like you know them, but you had no idea. You know what I mean? It's kind of like whenever I used to read, I never used to look at the author, which that's just how I was. I don't know why, but you know, it's like, oh, you know, I the sauce is there. Oh, I know who this is, you know. But yeah, right on. Okay.
I think the Chunsoft acquisition is a bigger deal than the FromSoft acquisition. You know, that's more front facing. Everybody's like, oh, the Dark Souls series and Sekiro and etc. But they kind of just keep doing the same thing over and over, and they can't make another Sekiro game because that's under Activision.
Oh,
and
shoot.
Sony owns Bloodborne.
Yes.
So
holy crap, dude.
They would have to partner with all these other studios.
Yeah.
But Chunsoft doing sub-publishing, I think, is a bigger moneymaker than the FromSoft.
Yeah, because Sparking Zero, that did freaking great numbers.
I believe it's the second best-selling game of the year.
Yikes. Right out of the gate, it was good. I think it was like 3 million like in the first weekend. It's crazy. Freaking absolutely out of this world. Which I'm glad to see Dragon Ball Z stuff do well. I am a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Quick side tangent. Anyone watching Daima?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
Now the dub, I'm usually a sub over dub, but I grew up with the Dragon Ball Z dub, so I'm kind of waiting. And apparently, it's coming out in January, so hopefully, I'll be watching it in January.
Right on. Okay. I will just say that it's
Don't spoil it.
Well,
We know you like Fox.
I'm not gonna say
Don't
it.
spoil it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Goku win.
But it's,
Yeah, right.
it's
Vegeta needs his moment. I'm just saying.
to be honest with you, Vegeta had the best arc in all of Dragon Ball. The best one. I stand by that.
Which arc was that?
Well, his transformation into, like, he literally went to a good guy. He was an anti-hero for a while, but now he's just a good guy. You know what I mean?
When he turns himself to stone, fighting Majin Buu to save his son and wife, the first actual essence of human emotion we've seen out of the man.
Yeah.
And he petrifies himself.
Yeah.
Oh, when he became Majin Vegeta.
Yeah. And
and he turns to stone. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Middle school Kenshin was like, whoa.
to be honest, I feel as if they should have gave Vegeta the win against Cell, if I'm honest. And you know what? That is his win. It's partially his win.
I absolutely love. After that, I hate how they nerfed Gohan. Gohan should have.
I know. Team Gohan.
I'm happy how that panned out. But they nerfed Gohan after that. R.I.P. Gohan. And Piccolo hasn't been shown love since, him and Goku fought in Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
he's had a lot of
when
sacrifices. He died a lot.
Yeah, when he merged with
Nail.
Was it Kami?
And Kami, yeah.
I thought he's gonna get his moment. Had it briefly, but
very
I heard
brief.
the Dragon Ball Z superhero movie was good, and that was very Piccolo and Gohan focused.
Yes,
I didn't
it
get
was.
the chance to watch it yet. It's
Yeah.
on Crunchy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a lot of wackiness, but I gotta say, Gohan's transformation, I'm still not a huge fan of it, but it's believable because he took a different route than Super Saiyan 3 and
or something.
Yeah, or Beast.
Complete Gohan or
Gohan Beast
something like
or
that.
something. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
They did him justice in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
They did him justice.
Yeah, what was that when they were fighting Frieza? He was a freaking string bean in a tracksuit. I was like, Gohan, what? Look how they masked my boy.
Where's the drip, Gohan? Okay, like what's happening?
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Okay, so they're getting acquired. Kadokawa also happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. Kadokawa also happens to. You know what? I'm not sorry. That was nice. It was fun. Kadokawa also happens
There you
to
go.
acquire, which got to start developing the acclaimed first two Tenchu games for PS1. More recently acquired, has been busy assisting on the Octopath Traveler franchise, as well as partnering with Nintendo on the development of this year's Mario and Luigi Brothership. Acquire's output in the last several years positions it as a major force when it comes to contracted development with other major studios. Right on, okay. And am I taking crazy pills? Tenchu is the one where the Karate Kid, is trying to find the killer of his dad, right?
No, Tenchu is the ninja stealth assassin where you use poisoned rice balls.
Okay, because you got Tenchu, you got Shenmue, you got Tenchi, it's like, I get them mixed up, Gotcha Games. The studio behind the RPG Maker franchise, Gotcha Games, is another developer in which Kadokawa has majority ownership. While the RPG Maker franchise is far from the only IP in the studio's portfolio, it is one of the most successful, unlike Spike Chunsoft, which is owned by one of Kadokawa's subsidiaries, Duango. Gotcha Games is a direct holding of Kadokawa. Very cool. All right, awesome.
If Kadokawa were an American company, they wouldn't be allowed to have all this stuff, I don't think.
Yeah. It's like because the FTC would probably start coming after him.
And this article only covers all the video games. It does not go into their anime or manga holdings.
Exactly. And I mean, I wish they would have. That would have been, just to get a well-rounded view of what it is that Kadokawa and why it's such a big deal that, Sony would acquire them. I might do that offline. I probably should have did it before, but time got away from me. But anyway, it was, freaking... let's take a look at chat real quick. See where we're at with that. This is awesome. I really appreciate you guys. So we've got Lord Beerus. Where should we start? This is you guys are going crazy.
There's a bit of a thread.
We have not done this in a long time. Yeah, it's been.
I like the background as well, by the way, Fox. The Christmas theme. It looks
festive. Cool. I couldn't wait until Thanksgiving was over. I was like, as soon as Thanksgiving, on like the Saturday after, snowflakes. Gotta make it festive. Have to.
Snowflakes.
Let's see if this works. It's always a toss-up. I never know. If we're gonna. Okay, let's start out with Bunny. All right, it's tiny though. Let's scoot this over some. Make it a little bigger. I know I'm gonna regret that just because I know there's some longer ones that are just gonna go absolutely bonkers.
Put it right over my face.
No, stop that.
We are good. How are you?
Yes, super good. Furious. Mr. Scotty, the king of all Killer Instinct. This is right. Scotty does do. Have you streamed Killer Instinct recently?
No. Streaming's been letting me down because there's a lag on Twitch.
Gotcha.
But I'll sort it at some point.
Freaking YouTube, dude.
That's another story.
YouTube.
Yeah, I did try it. It seemed alright, but I need to stream it for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Because Twitch after about an hour starts bugging out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I will try YouTube.
Okay. It's like the fans want it. Okay, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
And Ken, you're currently in Final Fantasy 3. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you? I remember the first time we talked about this. Like the first time you were on, you don't actually have a stream schedule, right? Or has that changed?
Excuse me. I stream every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right on. Okay, so like super wrong on this. Super wrong.
Yes, I stream one day and it's that one and it's then.
And it's hilarious and fun. So if you are around on X or Twitch, give her a watch. Loki, do you? I'm
very bad at trying not to die. That's the motto. So
right on. So I mean, do you love it so far?
Oh yeah, it's super fun, and I get to play all these games that I don't think I would have otherwise, and I get to experience them with people. So I'm playing all the Final Fantasy games backwards, blind. So
okay.
I'm in 3, and then I have 2, 1, and then I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. But it's just cool to like hear other people's stories while you're experiencing it for the first time. So it good.
Right on. So every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, check her out. Yep. Now, Loki, do you do any streaming at all, even if you don't show your face?
No.
Okay.
Nah, not my thing.
I feel like
I would rather.
Yeah.
I don't want to play for an audience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like the games are for me.
Okay.
I will be in y'all's chat. You know, I was in Kenshin's chat on Tuesday, last Monday.
Yeah.
But no, I don't play games for other people.
Fair. That is totally fair.
I feel that there are certain games, like when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, everyone was like, are you going to stream it? I was like, no, that is like personal, intimate, like lock me in a room for 3 weeks. So there are certain games that people are like, will you stream that? I'm like, no, that's my me game. I'm going to just play Octopath Traveler 2. Did not see
also, I play a lot of
Twitch.
garbage, so people don't want to watch what I play.
I doubt that.
That's a different approach. No.
Oh my gosh. It's okay. I started watching this anime on Netflix, and where it's isekai. You say you're not into isekai very much, but it does spend some time outside. It's not him getting stuck in the game, right? But that's what when you said that, like he gets up and his legs are atrophied from being on the game for so long, so he's barely like walking. He hasn't eaten in 3 days, things like that. That's what that reminds me of. And that's kind of what I used to do.
Is that solo leveling?
No, solo leveling is awesome. Jeez, I can't wait. I can't wait till that comes back on. Okay. God, so great. Anyway, oh God, we're all over the place this one. Loki says, I'm terrified. What's going on, man? You don't want to be terrified. It's all friends here.
I'm fine now. That was an hour ago.
Right on. Right on. We got Beerus. Anyone else feel like they're at the movies right now waiting for them to movie? Yeah, oh yeah. I am so sorry. Seldom do we get started like on time. We have a shoot for time, and it's kind of like, in that radius. We're right in there somewhere, right? Here. We're gonna skip through because it's a lot. It is a lot. Let's see if we have any that are in reference to what we were talking about. Let's see. Okay, we'll start here. Lil Bunny, she says, at this rate, I'm gonna go buy an Xbox. Fair, Bunny. That's super fair. Well, I think we're all feeling no.
You probably already have an Xbox. Everything is an Xbox.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so I was looking through, they had something like that on Instagram, and at the very end, it had a rogue ally, and it's like, this is an Xbox. It's like, okay. So the rogue ally, from what I understand, is pretty decent. Why would you try to come up with your own handheld if you're going to say, hey, this rogue ally that's been out and, time and tested, it's also an Xbox. It's like, okay, you're gonna, it's not, I don't think that's a great strategy.
Well, if they I'm just spitballing, but if they partner with Rogue Ally,
Right on. Okay. Yep. And they can put that on there. Or oh geez. Okay, so perfect. All right. Thank you. See, Loki, you're the cynic that we need. You're taking you're taking Knoss's spot right now. Yeah. Not taking it, but you're his sub in right now. Shoot, man.
If you see any of my video game stuff on Twitter, I'm not as negative as I seem. There's just a lot of stuff that sucks.
Yes. It's like I'm not negative, but it's a lot of sucky stuff out there right now.
Yeah.
This is fair. Very fair. Goodness.
I mean, cool what you see.
Yeah, exactly. Call a spade, you know? Lil Bunny. I don't want to love PlayStation, but oh my gosh. Also, hi. Beers. Shout out to Geek. Yes, sorry. Yes. Should have been doing that. See, I knew it was gonna get bad here. Let's see. Shorten this up. Hopefully we can still see everyone's stuff. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Bears. We'll get it back large. Shout out to Geek, Boog, York, Torch, sorry, Panda, Nos, Merlin, Shadow, Atticus, Midnight River, Silver, and the rest of the zoo in Geek's house. Yes, shout out to Geek. I'm not sure what she's up to right now, or Nos, but wishing you well. Freaking hopefully we'll see you next time. Seriously. And then hi from Ken.
Kenshinsgirl.
Beer says, Ken, I'm loving your new Final Fantasy 3 series. I thoroughly enjoy watching the replays and catching up on your awesome RPG action. Yes.
Oh, yay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't see that one. Nice.
We'll get into our main stories here in a second. I am gonna get down a little bit more, okay? Because it is relevant to what we talked about. Lord Beer's physical should cost more, digital should be cheaper because it's just a data download versus a plastic case with paper labels and instruction booklets and any other additions. That's my opinion. I think that is the right opinion. And then Bunny agrees. And then Beerus, they should bring back the manuals booklets with games. Stupid lazy move to remove them if you ask me. The box art and the booklets are the top two things that I look forward to when I get a new game. I think it's a money thing. It's money. Where can we cut costs? That is the name of the game. Name of the game. How can we keep making the arrow go up? That is it. And then Beerus says, digital is nice, but what if your PC or console crashes or your internet goes down or something where you can't access the digital info? Whereas physical is always there. You can play it anytime. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, that is one of the drawbacks of it. And then, what's going on, they can, you're buying the license to it. You're not actually buying the game. So they can just, it's like, oh, this game didn't do well. We're shutting it down. Sorry. It was like, dude, I already bought it. I had it on my PlayStation. Sorry, it's gone now. It's gone. Sorry. That's
a very valid point because we've got bad weather here at the minute, and we couldn't watch Netflix or any application today, streaming service, because of the weather.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do it. So imagine if it's computer games, if it's just streamed online, the internet goes, can't play it.
Yeah, I wonder. It's like just because that's what it feels like. That's
then
where
again,
the industry's going. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Then again, if you download it and it's offline compatible, maybe. But if it's an online game, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah, and it seems like we can't trust the companies to do that on their own. Because so I think someone should get up on the podium and say, hey, if you sell someone a game digitally, it's not just a license. They're buying that game. You can't just take that game away from them. Somebody's gonna have to do that because we can't leave it up to Xbox or Sony or PlayStation to do it.
It would have to be someone in the industry. Not like Satya Nadella or somebody or Herman Hulst would have to do that. And they're not. They don't have. Why would you try to cut off your revenue stream?
Exactly.
No way.
Yeah, it's like, here's a game because they still make money off of that. Some do. I mean, Concord, they did give refunds, and for XDefiant, I want to say they were giving refunds if you had a particular package, but not like for the base game. So it's like, yeah, that's also very shady. All right, we got Troy Eason. Hello there again.
Hello.
Big pink hand. Hi. Just listening. right on. Yeah, feel free. Take a look around, buddy. You know.
Enjoy your lurk, as we say.
Look.
Great.
No, thanks. I'm just browsing.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm just browsing. It's like I'm not gonna say it. Okay. Oh, accidentally awesome in chat. Opinions on the latest Silent Hill remake, folks. It looks so. I want to buy it. I want to get it. But I'm currently like powering through Spider-Man 2 right now. I gotta say that the story is meandering because you have a lot of like sneaky parts in it. It's like you could have cut all of that out and this just kind of sped it up. It's like when you're watching a movie, it's like 30 minutes, like streamline this thing. It would have been more awesome. But
you can say her name, Mary Jane. It's fine.
Say her name, Mary Jane. Who are you, Dr. Seuss? No, looks so good. Accidentally awesome. Right on. Yeah, no, yeah, I think it looks really good. Did you ever finish Black Wukong like you said you wanted to, Fox? No, I'm powering through.
The pressure's on. Have you done it yet, Fox? We are waiting.
I'm powering through Spider-Man 2 right now, and then I will get to Black Myth Wukong right after that. I can't do both just because the mechanics are so different. And so,
I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah,
but then you gotta go back to the other
back
game
and forth.
again. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So one at a time for me. That's it for the chat right now. We will certainly get back to it. And while I have you here, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. If you like what you're seeing up until this point, we really appreciate it. Follow Scotty, follow Loki, follow Ken on all their social medias. Great stuff. I show up for the podcast. I show up for the streams. They're flat out amazing. Awesome stuff.
We like you too. Yeah.
You're the best, Fox.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Oh my gosh. And the
I'm not being paid to say this.
I swear. Right on. All right, let's get into our main stuff. I mean, we're moving right along. Appreciate it. So Ubisoft buyout talks are reportedly progressing, but there's one small hitch. The Gumon family wants to stay in charge, but Tencent isn't so sure about that. So quick question. Do you think that the Gumon family, especially with all of the setbacks that they've taken Ubisoft through, should they even get a say in whether they get to stay in charge or not? And is it beneficial for them to stay in charge if they get bought out by Tencent?
So, no, because what's going to happen is Tencent is going to take the company private,
okay,
which means take it not public. So to do that, they need the majority of shares. They have about 10% now. So they need to go to all the other members of the board and say, hey, we know you don't like it. We know Guillemot sucks and everybody wants him out. but he has majority share. So we need your shares to get him out.
Yes. And I want to say the stock price, I didn't verify this, but I want to say it was an article that the stock price did go up after it was brought to light that Tencent was interested in buying the company. This would be the perfect time if you're an investor. You could buy it at, hopefully, as high as it's going to get, because I don't think it's going to get any higher. Buy, sell your stocks, and then just move on with your life. Because Tencent, if they aren't bought up, they are not going to last long. They're not long for this world.
I said this the other day when this story, not this, but it was the initial thing about Ubisoft. Oh no, it was shutting down XDefiant. That's what it was.
Yes. Yep.
I think there's a real possibility, I'm serious here, that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be the last game they publish.
Ooh.
You reckon?
Yeah, that is a real possibility. Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like your grandma. I mean, obviously she's not gonna, shit all over you or anything like that, like Ubisoft. But you just think these companies are gonna stay around for a long time. Sorry, that's where I was going with this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where are you going with this, Fox?
Your grandma's not gonna. What?
This isn't an Eminem story, and this isn't Marshall Mathers over here. I love my grandma, but it just felt like she was going to be around for a long time, But you kind of face the reality, and Ubisoft is kind of one of those that's just been around, been around for such a long time. When it goes,
They've been around, but they have not been killing it lately.
absolutely not. No.
So the nature of the game might be finally coming into effect.
Yes. And
when you mess up this much, this often.
The worst case. No, good.
No, I'm good.
The worst case scenario for Ubisoft is nothing happens. Then they go under, and then Tencent gets them cheap.
Yes.
So what's going to happen? I think Tencent will get the rest of the shares.
Yeah.
They will go private. They will shut everything down. Then they'll take the assets because they don't want the studios.
Right.
This happened with Microsoft. They don't need Ubisoft Prague and all these other studios, but they want the property of Assassin's Creed. They want the property of Far Cry.
Right.
So now that we own them, we can lease them to smaller studios and make money. And Ubisoft and Ubisoft are out of the game.
Yep. And then he would have officially, but hubris probably effectively killed Ubisoft, by himself, just because he wants to stay the head of Ubisoft. That's crazy. I wish I had go for it. Sorry, Scotty.
No, just a question. So the Gilmon family. So do they have to yield to Tencent essentially, or can Tencent?
Not if Tencent has the majority shares.
Right. Then they can take it over hostily. But it looks like. Exactly what Loki said. Sorry.
I think Guillemot should have stepped down a decade ago when they had all those sex scandals.
Oof. Right on. Yeah. That would have been because what with Activision Blizzard, and when they were going through all of their scandals over there, and Bobby Kotick, yes.
Bobby Kotick, yes.
Yeah. That he should have stepped down way before they got bought out by Xbox. What makes these people stay on? What is that?
Money.
I mean.
Yeah.
No, like why else would you?
The answer is internal pressure would have to come from them.
Gotcha.
So the board is basically at Ubisoft. The board is basically saying Guillemot needs to go, but he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
So they can't make him without a majority share.
Yeah. Right on.
From what I can see, they founded Ubisoft as well. So
yes,
if you've created or founded something, I imagine it's difficult to walk away from that.
Yeah.
Like you've built this empire. All right, it might not be an empire nowadays, but you've built something.
Yeah. What you got, kids?
As someone who was not following this, or this is my first time hearing of this whole thing, as an outsider just listening without context, we sound like we're in a fantasy novel. Who's gonna overthrow the Guillemot family? We're gonna try and take over the empire they've built. Like, what is going on?
You guys remember the first Spider-Man movie with Sam Raimi?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what Green Goblin, Norman Osborn's company, is having trouble, and they have a competitor. So he takes his own drug, goes insane, blows up his competitor. Haha! Now we're in charge, right? And there's a scene in the boardroom where the board says, "Yeah, no, we're selling out." Actually, and he goes nuts. He says, "You know how much I've sacrificed?"
Yes,
that's what's happening at Ubisoft.
Clean. He got the quote as well. He got the quote. You know what I sacrificed?
Willem Dafoe. Let's go. Yeah.
Exactly. That man can't. He don't miss. He's great in everything.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
All right. Let's see. We're reading this one. Let's just go through the first few paragraphs. Possibility of some sort of major shakeup at Ubisoft grew a little more distinct today as Reuters reports that company shareholders are now looking at how to structure a buyout of the company that, ironically, will leave the founding Guillemot family in control. And like you said, Loki, I don't think that's going to happen. The possibility of a buyout was first reported in October, although at that point it seemed more of a kick-around idea than anything else. Ubisoft is in trouble, and something, just about anything, needs to be done. This new report, citing two people familiar with the matter, sounds like more of a concrete step forward in the sense that there is an active push toward making it happen. The sticking point, according to the report, appears to be over who's left in charge if the deal is done. Sources cited by Reuters say the Guillemot family, which founded Ubisoft in 1986, want to retain control of the company. Tencent, Ubisoft's second largest shareholder, and the Guillemot's presumptive partner in the boardroom boogie? Oh, good lord. Okay. Stop it article wants more say in board related matters and is reportedly waiting for an agreement on that front, which is, as I take it, essentially means a capitulation before committing to the financing deal. And that's their right, especially if they're going to be buying them out. Ubisoft needs help. They need life support, and Tencent's willing to give it, but Gaumont, he has the "do not resuscitate" tattooed on his chest right now, which seems so ridiculous to me. So knowing what we know now, I mean, which we pretty much covered before we went into the article. Without Tencent, Ubisoft will die.
Yes.
But the Gaumont family wants to be in the head. Tencent won't allow that. So it I guess hostile takeover it is. And it looks like the investors.
Cowabunga it is.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. Freaking great job, everybody. Good Lord. Freaking awesome. Moving on to PlayStation 5 handheld will likely be like a lower end PS5 model that would need dedicated versions of games. So speculation, digital. It looks like we're going to a digital future, heading towards that way. How likely are we going to get like physical games, or physical games with the PS5 handheld? Jeez, that was hard to get out.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, imagine, like, for the Switch, you could plug it in. There's so many things, and it's like, imagine if I want to play Persona 5 at home, but then I want to play it on a PlayStation system on the road. I have to buy a separate copy of it.
Yes.
Like, this isn't the Game Boy.
Right.
This isn't the Nintendo DS where there's different titles. If it's the same title, there has to be crossplay, or else this is just a complete failure.
100% yes. Yep. That's a great point.
Is this like, is it PSP did this, didn't they? Obviously, on Vita did this as well. So you can have like because I remember the fighting game series. There was a copy or game for the console, but then there was a copy for the PSP Vita, I think it was, or one of them. I can't remember now. Yes, great game, by the way. Great game. Yeah, that's a bit. But then, why are they doing that? I guess are the graphics not going to be as good?
Oh yeah, no.
Probably. I mean, look at the Switch.
What would be the reason?
Exactly.
Yeah, what would be the reason?
Yeah. Because no. I think if anything, they should have like smaller, more contained stories to go along with their tent poles. The thing that comes to mind is like, God of War Chains of Olympus. Fantastic game. But it doesn't really affect the main story, unlike Kingdom Hearts.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Folks. I haven't forgotten what you said, by the way, with Hellblade and Kratos, that comparison.
I stand by that. I like Hellblade better. Oh gosh.
Like Loki said, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even like the 2 new God of War games, and I still disagree.
Now, granted, the fighting mechanics on God of War are by and large so much better than Hellblade. But I got to tell you, like the experience of like actually hearing those voices in your head, like it, especially if you have headphones on. Oh Jesus, doing that. The story was pretty good. Like the auxiliary stuff, like getting the backstory and Norse myth and stuff like that. The actual Norse myth was really good. So yeah, no, I liked it better. It felt like a more grounded type experience, even though a lot of these characters were mythological. So yeah. I just like it better. I thought it was better. Sorry.
Okay, man. Okay.
Come at me. But let's see. The rumored PlayStation 5 handheld will unlikely be able to play PS5 games natively and will probably require dedicated versions of new games.
No point.
Is he? Commenting on the recent rumors regarding Sony's return to the handheld market following the PlayStation Vita, the tech experts at Digital Foundry made some interesting observations on what the systems could actually be, highlighting how it will not be able to run PlayStation 5 games natively, as what is currently achieved on the 200-watt system will be impossible to achieve on the 20-watt system, even in a few years from down the road. As such, scaling down games will be required to get games to run on the system, similar to how the Nintendo Switch handles running games in handheld mode. And I think that's where their approach is coming from, right? So they're talking about a hybrid situation.
So maybe this is why they did the portal, because this is the only way they can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Unless
right.
they do like, this is still a rumor about a unique PlayStation 5 handheld, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But we're like pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The portal now makes sense. Like, hey, the games are we need to make the games smaller. And we were just complaining about how freaking giant our games are. So you have to stream them. You have to play them off the cloud and I get the technology deficiency. It's impossible to play something like that on such a small thing. Unless the Steam Deck is super good. Is that a comparison to make? I don't have a Steam Deck. And they play like all sorts of games, unless that's absolutely killer and it's just a deficiency on Sony's side, which I doubt because Sony are like the tech gods. The PlayStation Portal might be the way to go, but then would they only have PlayStation 5 handheld exclusive games? It's only made for the PS5 H handheld, we'll call it. Like, I don't know, PSH.
Yeah, and that's the only way I think it would work, just because. To try to emulate what's going on with Switch, I think that's a mistake, because you do have the Steam Deck, the Rogue Ally, who are able to stand on their own, true handhelds, and Nintendo out of the box, fantastic work. They're competing for 1 and 2 as far as best-selling consoles. So great idea. I don't know if that's the way to go though, and I think that's what this article is coming from. It's like, if you are to create that hybrid handheld system thing, how are you going to do that whenever you go to the handheld side of it? I think that's where that's coming from. I might be wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. I'm probably wrong, but
the scaling down sentence is interesting. Which it would scale down, because obviously usually when you play games it's on the TV, right? Obviously it's a bigger TV, hertz and all that. But what Nintendo don't do, I could be wrong, but I'm sure Nintendo don't sell you another copy of a game for when you play on handheld.
Right.
But Sony apparently are going to be doing that. I mean, it's just a rumor, but if they do release a new handheld console, that's a separate game, which means you've got to pay for it again.
Yes.
Nintendo don't do that.
Yeah. And
even the Switch Lite and the Switch are the same games.
Yeah.
Different technology, right? But it's the same game.
Yep. That would totally be a mistake on PlayStation's part if they decide to, try to scale games down to fit on the handheld. That is not the way.
They're really good at making mistakes, though.
They are, especially lately. Jeez, dude. They've been killing it.
Then it probably won't happen. Would be my guess, and they won't even try to do it then.
Yeah. Fan perspective. What do you see? What do you want to see from a handheld from PlayStation 5?
Not exist.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's fair. Not every market has to be for every developer.
Right. Right. That's true. Okay. Just this 2 questions then. So, do you think they should continue coming out with consoles, or do you think replacing consoles with handhelds is a good idea? If not, which way should they go?
I think it's more likely Microsoft and Sony will try to copy what Switch has done, which is to say, a two-way device where you can play it handheld, the same game, and you put it on your TV, it's the same game.
Right on. Okay. I wonder what those numbers look like. Nintendo probably has them. Probably. The ratio between you playing on your TV and you taking your Switch other places. I would love to see those numbers too. But yeah.
And I bet it depends by region too, because like we were saying, the Japanese love their mobile stuff. That would just as like a curiosity fun fact, like by region, how do different consumers consume their games? Like that would be a cool study.
Yeah. I would love that. I would love to see those numbers. Goodness gracious, because that will kind of dictate on, you know, what your next the capabilities of your next console would be. Very cool.
Yeah, and how are you supposed to approach each market?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. 100%. Holy crap. Freaking phenomenal job, everybody. Good Lord. Killing it.
But I will say though, sorry folks, I will say I think Nintendo, what's it called? Switch. I think Nintendo Switch got everything right. I think they got it right.
Oh man.
Oh man. That was, if you talk about next gen, that was next gen. That's truly next gen.
Yeah.
Like you can put the console in, you can play it on the TV, you can take it out, continue where you left off somewhere else. That's crazy.
And it looks the same whether it's on the television or mobile.
Yep.
Unless you're playing a third-party game.
Right.
Oh. You know what? Touche.
You want your MP on that Switch.
We definitely need a Nas and Loki collab on this.
We do. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Oh god. So VG chart, that one didn't want to come up, so we're gonna skip right along to WCF Tech. Is this the same article that I just said? No, close to spec. Oh, this is the Shawn Layden one. Okay. So okay, Shawn Layden has been like in the news more often now than any time ever, right? But he has some really fantastic points about the future of the game industry, right? So consoles are now close to final spec for what a console could be. Former PlayStation boss Shawn Layden says PlayStation games on Xbox wouldn't make much sense. I don't agree with that 100%. So he's talking about the specs on console having diminishing returns, and then he's saying that PlayStation games on Xbox wouldn't make much sense.
Is it two separate statements, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bad headline. Let's see.
Okay. All right. So speaking with Eurogamer about the current state of the gaming industry and consoles, Shawn Layden provided some interesting insights on whether consoles can continue to exist in the long term and if the console war will continue in the future. Taking Nintendo out of the equation, of course, as the company has always managed to do things differently than anyone else, according to the former PlayStation boss. It's time to start thinking about what the purpose of proprietary console is. Generational leaps in the past have been huge on pretty much every front, but right now we are getting to the point that differences between generations and systems are minimal, and most people are not interested in the teraflops in ray tracing. I would have to agree with that. It's like I didn't even hear the term teraflops until the PlayStation 5 was coming out. It was like, teraflops, what is that?
I do agree, but I also want to consider the messenger here.
Okay.
Shawn Layden has been disconnected from Sony for many years. He works for Tencent now. He has a vested interest in the software side,
yes,
as opposed to the hardware. So I don't think he has special insight into what's happening for hardware.
100%. Yeah, he's just like everyone else, you know, just trying to read the tea leaves and seeing where this is going. He does have an advantage of being like seeing the development side of things, you know, being an insider, I guess. He does have that advantage, so he could make probably a better informed, prediction, you know. But he's still outside of that realm right now, so he has no idea, you know, exactly what's going on as far as Sony goes. But I do have to say I agree. I agree with hit the first part of that. Let's see. I'll save my other comment for when we get down to it. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah. So as such, the former PlayStation boss thinks that a big generational leap in power is never happening again, as the only leap that's left to make is the creation of perfectly realized human actors in a game that you completely control. I 100%. I have to disagree with that, because that's not everybody's, you know, jam. You know, seeing perfectly realized actors on screen. You know.
The movie Gamer with Gerard Butler. That's what he thinks the future would be.
Oh shoot! Oh, no.
Whoa, I haven't thought about that in so long.
I know. Damn, that's when Gerard Butler was like in everything. He was like everywhere at that point. Great movie, by the way. You know,
Hell no, it was terrible.
I loved it, but I also loved Death Race too.
Fight.
No, Death Race was good.
Okay, never mind.
Fight over.
Right. It's like, fight makeup. I love it. But yeah, no, that would be interesting. It return us back to like the Coliseum times. You know what I mean?
But I do kind of agree though. Like,
yeah.
From a console perspective, I don't know what else they can do now. From a graphical point of view, the only thing I can see happening maybe is consoles load much faster, as in instant.
Yeah.
Which is almost there anyway by the looks of it. Maybe download speed of a game.
Yeah.
Quicker, instant. But I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to be wrong, but I don't know what else. I mean, sorry, Loki, go on.
This the PS4 to PS5 or the Xbox One to the Series X is the first time in the history of video games that we've seen no major leaps graphically.
Yeah.
You can tell every previous console to the next one is like, oh, we've made huge strides. 4 to 5, it's like, it looks better, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree that there's really nowhere, how much more do we want to spend on fidelity?
Exactly.
And in terms of the games themselves, that fidelity also costs space.
Yeah.
The Indiana Jones game, if you want the 4K textures, that's extra 30 gigs.
And you have to have the technology, like your monitor and your TV, to go along with that to be able to see the difference. And I would
it's a whole home entertainment upgrade.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like I have a PlayStation 5 because I'm obsessed with Final Fantasy, which is a personal problem. But my TV is 14 years old. Yeah. I am not like, I do not have the setup to be able to defend this purchase, but it's just something I did anyway. But it's a big ask for the consumer to really juice your purchase. Also spend another like $1,500 on like, get a subwoofer, get a sound, it's a big investment for your own entertainment space. And then from the 4 to 5 with such a little upgrade, like, okay, PlayStation 8 will be able to smell the game. Cool.
They already did that with the Xbox.
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah.
There you go for them shots.
But that's
it's true though. Like, there's what else could they do? And the thing is, that's a knock-on effect to buying a new console, right? If nothing else is going to change, why would you buy a new console just because I have a new
they'll
console?
stop producing games for it.
Yeah.
And then you'll get no more new games. They'll be like, oh, it's 2% better. Spend $1,000, and then all the new games, all the cool stuff that you're like, ooh la la, we're locking it behind that. So give us your money anyway. It's just
100%. So
she's right. And if you think that won't happen, PSP, PSP Go, Vita, whatever the second Vita was called, the VR headset, the VR headset 2, the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro.
You're good.
They will do it again.
Yeah. The only roadblock that they're gonna run into is people not wanting to pay. And again, we have to wait for these numbers. How many people bought the PlayStation Pro? We'll be able to get a better idea of how people are feeling about these consoles costing this much, because the PlayStation 6 is going to cost as much as the PlayStation Pro or more, and with such a minimal upgrade, I can't see anyone being okay, being excited about getting the PlayStation 6. I'm not getting the Pro, and if the PlayStation 6 comes out, I'm not getting that either. I'm done. I'm good. I think PlayStation 5 is fine. It looks really freaking good, and I don't need to upgrade anymore. So I think
the only sorry, Fox, go on.
Just to finish off, they're gonna run into people not buying the PlayStation 6, and then they're going to have to change that market research and everything to see what they can do from that point, which I don't know. But the PlayStation 6, I don't see it being a big seller, so they're not going to be able to just cut off production for the PlayStation 5 games. I don't think they'll be able to do that.
By the way, we're 4 years into the PlayStation 5 right now. They're still making PlayStation 4 games.
Yes. And that was supposed to end like a year or two ago, something like that.
Wow.
They were supposed to stop doing that like 2022, they said. Which, all right. But Scotty, what were you going to say?
What was I going to say? Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think maybe the only that's right. The only reason fans, well, if fans are interested in this game, would get the next console is if GTA 6 was going to be on the next console because it's GTA 6. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yep.
Nars will disagree with me in the chat. Shout out to Nars. But that's what I think. That will probably be the only reason. I can't think of anything else other than FOMO.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
FOMO's powerful though. That is a strong force, especially in this society of instant gratification. FOMO should not be messed with because it can move a lot of cash.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes,
like
but
new,
you can also pay
iPhone.
$35 to play a game 3 days early. Have you thought about that?
Yes. And I'm
Yeah,
curious to see
I
how
never
that
understood that. Yeah.
I want to see it. Yeah, a big change has to happen for us as a society to to see changes, like real change being made with the game industry. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I do think that majority of people aren't buying a PlayStation 6. Sorry, go ahead, Loki.
I would wager it is based on the software sales this year.
Yeah.
If we look at how many games have flat out flopped from major studios, I think to use the word, casual consumer has already decided what games are good and what games aren't. The market has spoken.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Yep. So we'll see what they come out with. Tech wise, what do we see? Because I could be 100% wrong. Do you think Xbox will come out with, you know, an Xbox? It's not going to be Z. We know that's not going to happen, right? It's probably going to be Xbox Alpha or something like that.
Xbox Series X, isn't it? The Series X.
Yeah, it's Series X, but it's probably going to be like Xbox Series Alpha. This next console, right?
You're gonna have the whole alphabet on a dartboard and just shoot. All right, Series Q, let's go.
Which one?
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Series Triple X, the sexiest Xbox ever.
LOL.
That works. I mean,
That works.
Oh my gosh!
Sounds right to me.
That's amazing. So do you think they're coming out with another Xbox console? And do you think it'll sell? And same question for Sony.
I think I've said on a previous podcast, I think the next wave will be the last.
Agreed.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement also. Okay.
Ken, what do you think?
Ken? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I am kind of exclusively a console gamer.
Okay. Yeah.
So that, I don't know, like, then would I get a better computer? Would I stop gaming? I mean, again, no, my existential crisis is not what we're here to talk about. But I sit at a computer for work all day. I don't want to sit at a computer to do something I deem fun.
Yes.
So I sit on my couch with my shiny giant white boy and we play Final Fantasy games on my PS5. So it's just gonna be like, I don't know, if consoles are ending, I would have to think about things.
Okay.
You know, because I don't know, maybe I get the Steam Deck and plug it into the TV. There are options, but I'm not a very mature gamer, I guess, in terms of hardware on my 14-year-old TV. So there are gamers out there like me, though, just like the normal. I'm here repping the normies. So we got
right on. Perfect for the casual consumer. Awesome.
Yeah, right?
So my thing is, so do you think that they'll keep a little subset of consoles for, you know, the exclusive console gamer? Do you think it's the juice is worth the squeeze, depending on what percentage of the gaming community are that?
No.
Okay.
As someone who is in that squeeze, I don't think it will be.
Okay.
Why there's such a, I mean, again, we would need like information. Define the casual console gamer. What are they playing? Are they probably on the Switch? Probably. So that's a handheld, kind of. There's just like complexity on top of complexity there, you know?
Okay. Right on. Okay. Oh. Do you think it is worthwhile then for the Sony and Xbox to come out with a hybrid, like one that you could play on your TV and one that you can take on the go with you?
Then I think in that regard, like we're seeing with the sorry I'm talking so much. Oh my gosh, this is like the most I've ever done this.
No,
then in that regard, like with the PSH that's coming out, they would have to be games that look less good, right? They would have to be smaller games.
Yeah.
Like the Switch for Hogwarts Legacy, the Switch version came out a year and a half later and it looks like hot garbo. You know, so there's a sacrifice there.
Yeah.
And it's just
Okay.
I think Xbox kind of have their thing now with Game Pass because their ads are saying it anytime, anywhere, or something like that. So they probably have something there because you can. Well, go.
Yeah, no, exactly what you're saying. They have the Amazon plugin, right? But continue.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say they have their thing. I think going forward that will be their thing. So maybe the next wave is the new console. Then after that, they'll probably put all their focus, all their resource into Game Pass.
Yeah,
arguably.
To be honest, I think that is probably the best option for Xbox. I wanted to ask the panel this. So, do you think it's in PlayStation's best interest to put games on Xbox, or do you think they can still stay like a lonely island out there, you know, but not sharing with anyone, but you know, getting imports from Xbox? You know what I mean?
If they keep doing what they're currently doing, they're going to have to.
Yes. Okay.
They'll benefit because I imagine they'll have some royalties. So if they give it to Microsoft and say, right, you can use our games, but we want to cut out the sales.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Right on.
Again, it depends on how powerful the strength of FOMO is, right?
Yeah.
The PlayStation exclusive. Throws glitter.
And okay, so can anyone name a PlayStation exclusive that's come out in the last few years?
Well,
I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter. You're wrong because they also came out on PC.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah, that came
exactly.
out on PC.
Got
it was quite late.
Exclusive doesn't mean what it used to anymore.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So they're already
like
making
console exclusive.
Yes.
Nas has said Astrobot.
Okay, here you go.
He's got us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's a
I'm
celebration.
expecting an Astrobot PC announcement anytime
I don't
soon.
think so. I don't think so. Just because it's a celebration of Sony, you know. I think they want to keep that one close to them. You know,
it took
like, that's
PlayStation 30 years to think of a mascot. Let's just let them have the mascot, right?
Oh, that 30-year celebration was such garbage because
yeah.
if you actually look at the video they put out there, right? It's all about you. It's not about us. It's about you guys, the players who pay us money. The video spends more time on their newer IPs than it does their older. You get a frame or two of the PS1 stuff that they've ignored ever since. They don't care about that old stuff.
No. Shoot, that's kind of like, you know, if we're reading between the lines, like, all you old gamers are looking for the new hotness, the old and busted. This is a Men in Black reference, by the way. The old and busted, the new hotness. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. I'm silliness over here. It's really early. Yes.
So Metal Gear Solid, would you say that was a Sony exclusive? Because obviously that was on PS1, PS2, and eventually it made its way to Xbox. I think the first one was, it went to GameCube first. I think it was Twin Snakes.
Oh shoot! Okay, right on.
So it has happened, and the Metal Gear Solid game, I think it was not Metal Gear Solid 4. Was it the one with Kiefer Sutherland and Solid Snake?
Oh god.
I want to say, when he was
the most recent
Snake.
one. The most recent one. Yeah, the most recent one. So that's on Xbox. So we kind of have seen
Wait a second.
an
That's
exclusive.
5. That's 5. Hold on, wait. Oh God. Thank you, Scotty. Dadgummit. Kiefer.
So we have seen exclusive from Sony move.
We can go back a little bit further. In fact, Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Yes.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second one of the reboot trilogy. That franchise started on Sony, and when it had a year of exclusivity on the Xbox One, and people were pissed.
To answer your question, it was 5. Freaking Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. That was it.
With Kiefer Sutherland. I loved him in Lost Boys. He was amazing. Oh God, I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
It's great. It's freaking fantastic. If you get a chance to watch it. It's got all the 80s cheese you could ever want. Okay. It's amazing. I love it. Shoot, what was the question?
I thought you were asking me a question.
Did I?
Oh, your main question. What was it? Would Sony bring their games to Xbox or give it to Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
Or why would they? And what benefit?
You guys
think that'll happen?
Yeah. I think they will have to, especially with the landscape that they were going to. Especially if Xbox does so well, and I think they will with Game Pass, they will have to. They'll have to get a piece of that pie. You know, and don't let those games do really, really well. Like, I know people are bashing South of Midnight. I know they're bashing it, but if that game does great numbers, they'll just, you know, just inch by inch. Oh my God, have you guys seen the movie Any Given Sunday?
No.
It's been a while.
Oh my gosh. And then what did he say? The speech that he gives before they go out there for like the last quarter was like, inch by inch, if you have to claw, you know, and then at the end of the day, when you add up all those inches, it will be the difference between winning and losing. I think that's what we're in right now. It's
interesting. So if we're looking at it at the minute, right, we know what Nintendo's future is like with the Switch. That's their idea, right? The hybrid way of playing computer games. Xbox, I see an Xbox Live service which you can play anytime, anywhere. When you think of PlayStation, what do you think of? Do you see what I mean? No, I'm being serious. I'm not throwing digs or anything, but from a roadmap perspective, Fox, I'm not. From a roadmap perspective, you can see where Nintendo's going. They're in their own lane and own league anyway.
Yep.
You can see where Xbox going.
Yep.
What's PlayStation doing? Like,
that is the question right there.
No,
yeah, gum, Scotty. Holy crap. Yeah.
Sorry. And that wasn't a dig, Fox.
No, that's fine.
I'm being genuine.
I mean, dig them to
it's almost Christmas.
You reach China, dude. It's because they're screwing up in my eyes. They're doing a terrible job right now. So, yeah, no, dig until you can't dig no more, man. Freaking guys. Gosh, they're pissing me off with how they're doing, you know.
Angry.
Let's get into the last bit of the chat, and then I guess we'll sign off. Freaking great job, everybody.
Oh, we didn't talk about Foam Stars, but it's shutting down also. There you go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Foam Stars. Gasp, shock, everyone scream.
Exactly.
Okay, next story. Nailed
it. Square Enix. My hot take is that Square Enix is in almost as bad as trouble as Ubisoft.
Yes, 100%.
But they have Final Fantasy 14 to keep them afloat.
Yes. 100%.
Kenshin,
this is true.
They're getting sold. I'm sorry.
My life's over.
Breaking the news here.
I think they'll be able to. I think they'll be able to operate on their own because they still have really great IPs, you know. And who else but Square Enix has that secret sauce? I'm trying to do my best, Nos.
Have they not got Hitman? Am I correct in saying that?
Not anymore.
Right on.
No.
Well,
it's like with all these IPs changing hands.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
Not anymore.
They sold it to Gearbox.
DUX, is that still going? DUX.
And then Gearbox sold it to Take-Two. See, that's the thing. Is all these IPs are changing hands too. It's crazy.
Wow.
But go for it. Sorry, Scotty, I interrupted. I need to stop.
No, there's another game. Is it DUX? Am I pronouncing that correctly? That's the one. Is that still going?
No, that also went with Hitman and Tomb Raider. No, they sold them all years ago.
Yeah, maybe they'll maybe, and that's another thing. Like, get it out of the hands of these like places like Gearbox with Darth Lars over there. Get it out of their hands. Get it in the hands of real fans, you know, that want to work with this IP and let them create another entry into it. You know what I mean? Like, so, like Crystal Dynamics, they don't know what is going on with Tomb Raider. They have no idea. They don't, you know, the reboots, I thought they were good. I thought they were compelling as far as story and stuff like that. But that's not Tomb Raider, especially after playing the remasters. I just finished the first one like a few months ago, and dude, that's the Lara Croft that we know from the reboot is not the Lara Croft that we know from years ago, from the 90s. You know, that's not Lara Croft. But they get it in front of a fan who can upscale it as far as graphical and keep the story good. You know, keep it quintessential Lara Croft Tomb Raider. You know, I think that's a fundamental difference between fans. A fan would keep that secret sauce of Tomb Raider and not trying to turn her into something that she's not, because they're a fan. They want to, you know, it's not Lara Croft if she's not raiding tombs and, you know, killing demons. It's just not her.
It's similar to what's happening with the movie industry, in that you have people in charge who are not fans of the things they're in charge of. Star Wars, Marvel, you name it.
They're just using these IPs to get, you know, people like me to come get my butt in their seat to watch the movie that's not what I thought it was gonna be, you know. But yeah, it's a ploy is what it is. They're lying to you. It's like, oh, here's a new entry into Lara Croft. It's like, that's not Lara Croft.
So you're not excited for the Amazon show starring Sophie Turner?
No, I'm not.
I haven't heard about that.
Oh, has she been casted as Lara Croft?
I believe it's like 99% official.
Right on.
Oh wow. Okay.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, let's get back in the chat real quick. Nos in the building. What the heck? Here. It would be too much snark and sarcasm for one stream. What are we talking about?
Loki and Nos on a stream at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's
make it happen.
Yeah, we have to make it happen. Nos. But nah, I've been a fan from the start. So me being biased is fairness. What's that in reference?
Oh, that's you did that on purpose. That was God of War and Hellblade.
Oh, right on. Yeah. I love God of War.
But maybe it is. To be fair, maybe it is me being biased because obviously I've been playing the game since day one, right?
Right.
So that's always going to kick in.
It's totally subjective, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know. Let's fight, Kay. I love that. Here, we need to do something about the size of this. Little Bunny, it would be awesome, Nos. Also, hey. Oh, that's what you're. I'm an idiot. I was like, what's going on? I'm so sorry. Nos. Oh my gosh, Nos. You're on at Loki Jarson. Hello, Kenshinsgirl, Scotty, and everybody else. Oh, whoops. I gotta get it up there first, yeah. At Scotty, that's fair. They're amazing games. Yes. Nos, it would also make sense that he'd want to undermine an area where his company doesn't exist, the console market. Oh, sheesh.
I was talking about Layden.
Good lord. That's true. Yeah, that puts him in a better. I am so sorry. God, that reminds me of Lion King too. That song. I'm sorry. It's my brain.
I just heard the song in my head when you said that.
Exactly.
Deception, disgrace.
Oh my god.
Arguably, that could be better than the first one. Arguably.
I don't think so.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I don't know, man. The songs
I haven't seen it.
were good.
I
man.
think Lion King 2: Simba's Pride is the best direct-to-video sequel ever.
100% yes. I will give you that. Because Tarzan 2
The Aladdin
is
ones
complete.
are pretty good.
I don't remember the second one. Return of Jafar was
King of Thieves, where you meet Aladdin's dad.
Yeah, the third one is good.
Yeah.
Right on. What about Mermaid? The Little Mermaid? All those sequels. But Loki, Grey Boy, direct.
Aladdin 3 was great. So what? Aladdin 3 was good then.
Yeah.
All right. I've seen
Aladdin
Return
2
of
was
Jafar. Okay.
And the live action is complete and total. But
oh, Fox, before I forget, Loki knows about Arrow, your favorite show.
Oh, Loki, did you like Arrow? The Arrowverse?
I liked the first, let's say, 4.5 seasons.
I agree.
But by the time we hit season 7 with those Arrow kids, I wanted them all dead.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
Get 'em.
Loki for me, it was when the end of the third season. Was it the end of the third season? And I'm not going to spoil, but when you know who survived that fall
Oh, you're talking about
for me. It was a bit like that didn't make any sense
So
to me.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense for me.
I don't like it, so I want to spoil it. My
Well, so
wife-
you've seen it?
That doesn't matter.
I know.
It was all like 10 years ago. The multiverse
I
stuff
know.
is where it all went to hell.
Yeah. Basically, how Oliver Queen survived that was just baffling to me. Made no sense. For me,
They were just
after
ripping
that, I
off
was like,
Batman.
Yes.
This is a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
discussion.
yeah.
They turned.
They were just ripping off Batman.
And I
Yeah,
hate
basically,
how
yeah.
that was my biggest thing. They made Arrow basically Batman with
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because Arrow, Green Arrow is a comedic guy. He's the comedy relief Batman. If we're gonna compare them, they have kind of the same story. He's rich, Batman is rich, all that good stuff. But Batman is the brooding guy, and that's what they made Arrow in the Arrowverse. They made him the brooding, it's me, I've had such a hard life, all my
I'm
friends
not
keep
gonna lie
dying.
though. When they introduced Deathstroke, oh my lord, that was
It was good. And at that point I had seen what's that, Spartacus, and it's the same
Yes.
actor, the number 2 actor from that series, and I was like, god dang, okay, yeah, I'm excited to see him in the series. I wish you would have picked a better one though.
But it's how they. I'm gonna ignore that. It's how they revealed him,
Yeah.
because you kind of thought, is he? Isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point when he's sitting at the desk with the eye patch,
Yeah.
and then he's I can't remember what he said word for word, but he announced himself, and I was like, yeah,
I keep my
And then-
promises.
yes. And then what makes it even better is Ra's al Ghul's just in the background, like he's not even, he's there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's there, and you think, right, so after this battle, there's Ra's al Ghul, and man, the first 4 seasons were crazy. First 3
Yeah.
definitely.
What kills me about it though is like, are Ra's al Ghul and Green Arrow, are they even enemies?
No.
I don't know.
It's like it kills me. It's like I've
yeah.
never seen, Ra's al Ghul mention Green Arrow ever. It's like, it's like Batman's my true enemy, but man, that Green Arrow guy is giving me some issues over on this side, Never heard that ever.
I know, especially when you watch Batman Begins, you're a bit like, wait, hold on, how does that work? And how does that work?
Another hot take is that DC TV shows were better than the DC movies, but the Marvel movies
Yes.
were better than the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
The ones
100%.
on Netflix were really good though. Like I loved Jessica Jones. Loved that show. I loved it,
Yeah.
but I hated Green Arrow. So am I really
Hated,
that?
wow.
Yeah, I didn't hate them. It was just I was giving my wife a hard time because she was like in love with that show. Ask me why. You know what I mean?
Okay. He's actually Stephen Amell. I think he's going to be in the new Suits. If anyone watches Suits, there's another
I
Suits.
think that's the
Ah.
perfect thing for him. He shouldn't be freaking Casey Jones in Ninja Turtles. That
Oh,
was
yeah, he
the
was.
pissest
Oh, that happened,
poorest.
Yeah,
God.
I know that didn't make sense to me.
He was horrible in that. I think he'll do great in Suits though. He's got the face. He's got the
He's got the
face.
look. He's got the look. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
the look.
Oh god. Stop it. Anyway, let's see. Where are we on this? All right, it's 10:06 over here. Are you guys ready? You ready to call it or what? Or do you want to get through
Okay.
more?
It's up to y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
What are we doing? What are we doing after this? I mean, I don't want to pry, but you could just like, I'm busy after this, or, for me, and I'm just making brunch. Oh yeah, that's right.
I have
Yeah,
a
dinner
board
time.
game day with my friends.
That's awesome. Bring that back. Bring back board
Analog
game days.
gaming, let's go.
Hold on to it while you can. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, shoot, Monopoly's on digital now, so they might
Whoa.
stop making it.
Roll it out.
Right on. All right. Real quick. It's let's get through this real quick. I'm so sorry. Jesus. I can't get this right. It won't just work with me. I am so sorry, guys. Nas is in a caliber of his own, so to do an impression of him is near impossible. This is very true. Yeah, but limitation is the sincerest. Imitation is the limitation.
My
Yes,
my
that's
friend
right.
said he sounds like Dax Shepard, and I don't hear that.
Dak Shepard from
I don't know what you would have seen him in. He has not been in acting in a long time.
Right on. All right. Accidentally awesome. DX. Nas.
Oh, DX. Yeah.
It seems like every effort is being made to destroy everything that people loved about Lara Croft. This is true. 100%. True, but how, coming from Bears, true, but how can anyone impersonate the Canadian Barry White that gives the girls the jelly legs? Oh, good lord. The jelly legs.
Okay.
Making those knees weak.
Oh my god. Tomb Raider is not Tomb Raider unless you're rating tombs. This is true. Spitting facts over here. Yes. Accidentally awesome. Degenerate into something cool. You just got tired of doing what you're supposed to do. Huh. Yeah. Ken is right though. This is true. Nas, on top of not being fans, they're also not talented. Oh, let's get that right over here. Accidentally awesome. A Lara Croft without pixelated boosts, not the genuine article. Oh my god. R.I.P. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. LOL from Nas. Accidentally awesome. When we're all gray and old, the PlayStation 9 will be out, which will be completely VR. And if Lara isn't fully polygons and pixels, I'm not buying it. What? We're gonna like that. Oh, okay. So a Maverick Hunter boss versus a Trickster God would be a great battle. 100%. He started, yeah. Aladdin 3 was great, coming from Nas. Yes. No offense, but Homer Simpson's voice is not a good genie voice. It's Robin Williams' role. This is very true. Absolutely agree. Accidentally awesome. Best Disney Pixar game for me is either A Bug's Life, PS1, or Toy Story 2. That's deep cuts right there. That's when everybody used to do, movie to video games. Yeah. I played Hercules and Tarzan as far as those go. And Hercules was so awesome. So good. Yes, that's why the third was so good. Oliver Queen is supposed to be a lighthearted Bruce Wayne. Yes, yeah, basically. Yes, 100%. Thank you, Beers. Goodbye, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I'm looking forward to the next stream. Thank you, Accidentally Awesome, for dropping by. We really appreciate it. Heck yeah. Don't forget to check out the entire panel. Their stuff is in the description. Okay. We're gonna call it right there.
You getting told?
Our friend's cousin sprayed cologne on my Bug's Life. Oh, that's Joe Stizzy. That's a new one. Hello.
That's a real life friend of mine. I know him.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Oh,
welcome. Heck yeah.
What's up, Joe?
Yeah. My son's going nuts in the background too. Here. Okay, so we'll call it then. We'll call it here. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow the entire panel and all of what they got going on. I appreciate it. They appreciate it. And plus, it's just good stuff. You'll be entertained. Okay. But I think that's it. Do you guys have what games are we playing right now? I know, I almost said Kingdom Hearts, but Final Fantasy 3. Are you still playing Judgment, Scotty?
I am.
Okay.
I am, slowly but surely. Yeah. You know what? Every Christmas I have a Christmas game. That's the Christmas game. It'll be done by Christmas.
Right on.
Nice. Schedules. We like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loki, what do you play right now?
Oh, like 20 games, but I'm focusing on trying to finish Stellar Blade before the year's out.
Right on. Great game, by the way. Oh well, I only got to play the demo, but it was great. It was fantastic. I want to get the full game, but I got to get through Black Myth, Spider-Man 2, and there are a couple in there because I still need to get the Tomb Raider 2 and 3 before 5, 6, or 4, 5, and 6 come out. So yeah. Anyway,
let me know when you finish Spider-Man 2 because I want to have words about that.
Okay, right on. All right. I'll see you guys on the other side. It was
all right. Cheers, guys.
amazing.
Cheers, chat.
Have a good week.
Good one.
Right on.
See you guys later.
All right. First and foremost, thank you to the panel. They were absolutely on fire today. It was absolutely amazing having them. Make sure that you follow them on their Twitch, their X, and their YouTubes. All great content. I can verify this. While you're down there, go through the Rolodex of our videos. plenty there. You can just get caught up in, hours and hours and hours, right? Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And to everyone that showed up in chat, man, we really appreciate it. It was going off the chain, and it was awesome to have you guys interact with us. It was great. And to the ones who didn't, who just came in just to see us talk games, thank you. Also juices the algorithm. We appreciate it. And there would be no reason to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do this on a Saturday if not for you guys. But we'll show up next Saturday, same time. But until then, keep it casual. Peace.